Today, let's talk about belly. Which belly? This belly. I have a belly. You might have one. I didn't have one 5 years ago. I didn't change how I ate. I didn't stop moving. And yet suddenly, one day, the belly is here. It's part of my equipment now. We cannot ignore it because visceral fat has a lot to do with our health. It's not just cosmetic, it's metabolic. It's linked to heart diseases, type 2 diseases. It can shorten our lifespan if we just let it grow unchecked. So no, I cannot help you eliminate it overnight, but I can tell you where exactly it came from, what it means to our health, and how to deal with it in a way that is respecting our health, our body, and our wellness. Hi, I'm Charlotte. I talk about how to get out of midlife crisis, how to get your mojo back, and how to find joy in life again because we all deserve to live an authentic life the way we want. Here's what we're going to do in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I will break down what this belly actually is, hormonally, physiologically, and emotionally. And I'm going to tell you why none of my doctors caught it. And I'm going to introduce you to the amazing women who changed my life and how I look at this. Dr. Mary Claire Hager, Dr. Stacy Sims, and Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. And then by the end, I promise you that you won't just understand your body more, your belly more, but you'll feel less ashamed of it. So grab your tea, let's get into it. When we hit menopause, our hormones get out of whack. Estrogen, which is the hormone that used to help keep fat distribution in our body even, is dropping. Estrogen normally helps the body store fat in places like our hips or our thighs. I used to have a big thigh problem. I don't have a big thigh problem now. Now I have a big belly problem. And this is because estrogen. So now estrogen is down, fat starts to accumulate around the belly. Meanwhile, cortisol, which is the stress hormone, is flying high. And this can happen especially when we're not sleeping well. And not sleeping well, guess what? It's also tied to being perimenopausal or menopausal. High cortisol makes our body hold on to the belly fat as a form of survival mechanism. Our body thinks that we need this emergency fuel, and this messes with insulin. When cortisol is high and estrogen is low, our cells don't respond to insulin as well, which makes us more insulin resistant. So our blood sugar stays higher. A lot of good news. This means our body stores more fat, and especially around our waist. Even if we haven't changed our diet or we still exercise, this fat is going to stay. And let's be honest, traditional diets don't help, especially if you try to cut calories. It's not just about calories in, calories out. When you cut calories now, the metabolism slows down even more. Even though you're not eating much, you're not losing that fat. Your body is storing that fat as emergency fuel thanks to cortisol. This becomes a vicious cycle. Hormones goes nuts, we get belly fat, so we eat less, but now it just slows down the metabolism and it causes us to store more fat instead of losing the weight. I was eating a keto diet, which I thought was so healthy because I wasn't eating sugar or carbs. And suddenly it just wouldn't work anymore. I woke up one day looking at my body in the mirror and I felt like a potato. If you've been wondering why that love handle just won't go away, no matter what you do, you don't eat, you exercise like crazy, you're eating healthy. It's not you, it's just life. And now we have to learn how to work with that, not against it. Here's what really triggered me to talk about it. I was so frustrated about this. I had some lab work done, so health check, and my total cholesterol came back at 315. My LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, was 233, which is super, super high. My doctor called me and she was like, "Das ist Wahnsinn," meaning this is crazy. And she was talking to me like I was going to die in a heart attack that night. And she puts me on statin for life immediately without asking me what I was eating, if I was exercising, if I could change my lifestyle. None. I made a mistake of telling her that my mother suffered from a stroke, and she immediately decided, oh, it's genes. So yeah, statin, here it is. She did send me to a cardiologist who basically gave me the same thing. He confirmed her judgment and told me to be on statin. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Even my ENT, who I saw because my allergies were getting worse, were not connecting the dots. None of them said anything about, oh, it could be your estrogen level dropping and your body is going through something that every woman goes through. No one said that. Not even my OBGYN. No one connected the dots for me. Yes, your hormones change, you become more sensitive, and you're going to feel like. But the hormone changes plus the keto diet, they are bad news for my belly because the keto diet is often high in fat. Even though low in carbs, they are high in fat. That could cause cholesterol issues for me too. Here are the ladies who changed my life. One day I came across Dr. Mary Claire Haven on Andrew Huberman's podcast. She teaches how hormone shifts affects fat storage and fat distribution. She talks about inflammation, which has something to do with allergies, basically insulin resistance, and how the traditional calorie counting backfires in midlife. Because if we eat less, our metabolism drops and our body just stores more fat. She was the first person who made me feel like I'm not a crazy one. It's not my fault. This is happening because it's life, it's nature, and it's not about willpower or how healthy I was eating or how much cardio I was doing. She said out of the 4 years in her medical training, she only received maybe 1 hour of training on menopause. She implies that it's because the society only cares about women giving birth to babies. At this age, at our age, we're not useful anymore. So there isn't a lot of study done on us because we're not productive, contributing to the society anymore. Since we're not productive anymore, we're not useful anymore. There isn't a lot of attention paid to our health. So naturally, no one cares about our health anymore. The second lady is Dr. Stacy Sims. She says, hey, new concept. Women are not small men. She mentions that during perimenopause, our ability to maintain muscle declines rapidly. The body naturally loses muscles over time because the estrogen used to help us preserve this lean body mass. It's gone. So it doesn't help us preserve the muscle mass anymore. And when estrogen drops, muscle loss accelerates. Hormonal lift heavy weights. She's not just talking about aesthetics. She's talking about function, mobility, longevity, and strength. Cardio can still be part of the exercise, of course, but that's not the solution anymore. Lifting weight is because it helps muscle growth. And that's how we protect our metabolism. We don't have to be hungry and not eat and be on a diet. It helps protecting our bones, our movement, and our energy levels. I realized that cardio wasn't the answer. It's lifting weights and strength training. The third lady is Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. She focuses on muscle as an organ of longevity. I learned from her that skeletal muscle is the largest organ in human body by mass because it's about 40% of our body weight. You don't need less food. You need more protein. That is also to help muscle growth. Muscle burns more calories at rest. So even if you don't do anything, if you have more muscle, you're going to burn more calories. This is the metabolism part. She reframes metabolism around muscle mass, not just body fat. She made me stop hating food. I used to barely eat any food at dinner, and I used to fast in the morning. Now I learned from both Dr. Stacy Sims and Gabrielle Lyon that we need to fuel our body properly in order to support the muscle growth so we can perform in the exercise and our muscle can grow. We need to eat, actually. We need to eat properly, fuel properly, especially proteins. I started prioritizing protein and weight training, started feeling stronger. I feel that I look better overall. Like, I love my muscle now. I mean, it's not huge. And I'm not going to become a small man, but I feel healthy and stronger overall. So why is high cholesterol in midlife complicated? Here's what I didn't understand at first. High cholesterol during perimenopause isn't just about butter or eggs. Estrogen has a protective effects on our heart. When estrogen drops, LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, can rise even if the diet hasn't changed. On top of that, I used to eat low-carb diet. My dinner used to be wine and cheese and saucisson, which is the French sausage. I also love fouet, which is the Spanish sausage. And guess what? No one told me that high fat can spike LDL, even if I was not eating sugar or carbs. I thought I was being super healthy by avoiding carbs, but no, I was eating too much fat, which is contributing to the high LDL. So I had this perfect storm. I had low estrogen. I had high fat intake, which means LDL explosion. No one out of the 4 doctors, including my OBGYN, connected the dots for me. These are my family doctor, my GP, my cardiologist, my ENT, and my own OBGYN. No one said anything. I have not checked my cholesterol. I should. I haven't. I might still have a heart attack tomorrow or tonight. Who knows? But I just started seeing results from my strength training. So at least I feel like I look better. Yeah, I know I'm shallow, but that makes me feel better about myself too. Overall, I'm feeling much better, even though I still have this belly. So yeah, let's come back to the belly. I still have it. This is the one thing that just won't go away. I've never had a belly before this point in my life, but now I have one. I just have to live with it. Some days I hate it, but now at least I understand it. It's not the enemy. It's telling me something. It's the first sign that tells me something deeper is happening. It's a deep transformation that I'm going through. The belly forced me to listen to my body more too. It introduced me to the strengths I never knew I had. Muscles I didn't even think I would grow because I was afraid of being too big. In the Asian beauty standard, we should all be thin and slender. Therefore, I never wanted to be big. Now I learned that no, I'm not going to be a man. Don't worry. I won't become like... That's the real payoff. For me, at least. Not that the belly is gone, but I'm no longer hating myself, hating the belly, or being mad at myself. I know what's happening now, and I know how to support my health, and I know I'm not alone. And I wanted to share all these with you because maybe you're going through the same thing as well. If any of these resonated, and if you're in this with me too, hit the like and subscribe button and come back for more. I'm going to share more what I've learned along the way with you. See you in the next video.